LSU, Stony Brook, Arizona State, and Southern Miss. First off, we'll start with LSU. LSU wins 17-3 over Stony Brook. I'm gonna say this. Look, this game, I'm gonna be honest with you. LSU did not repeat the same mistakes that they did 7 years ago when they did play the same team in Stony Brook and lose to this team. So I'm glad that LSU learned their lesson from um, this game. So that's my take on it. Let's begin with the scoring summary. Let's go ahead and recap scoring summary. Turn this off. Okay, I'm going to pull this right here so I can show my screen. Okay, LSU. Let's go ahead and look at the score by inning. LSU did score in the bottom of the first. They scored 5 runs on 2 hits. They had 1 error. They had let's see, Reed walk. Duplantis scored. Bellasote the third. So that was they did score in the bottom of the first. LSU did score in the bottom of the fourth. That was 4 runs on 3 hits. They scored on sac fly, home run, and single. So that was they made it 9-1. They also scored in the bottom of the third inning. That was 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors. So they did score on a single in that inning. So that was in the bottom of the second. And the bottom of the third, they did score. Now, LSU did score in the bottom of the fourth. That was 3 runs on 2 hits. They hit a home run, and that game made it 14-1. Also, let's go ahead and go down a little more. Scroll down. LSU did score in the bottom of the fifth. 3 runs, 1 hit, no errors. That's in the bottom of the fifth. They made it 17-2. LSU did not score in the bottom of the sixth. Stony Brook, we'll look at their scoring in just a few minutes. So they didn't. LSU did not score in the added innings as well. So that was it took Stony Brook scored in the top of the fifth. So they scored in the top of the fifth, and they did score in. Let's see, I'm looking at it right now. Let's scroll it down. They scored 1 run in the top of the first. So that was the story on that scoring right there for LSU. So I'll be honest with you, LSU hit the ball tonight. They exactly hit the ball tonight. They did what they had to do to win this baseball game. Because to be honest with you, you don't want to be behind the 8 ball 0-1 and have to play this team again. Because you're going to play this team down the line. If they win again tomorrow, they most likely will play again. Hopefully, might be LSU again. So you gotta don't think this team's gonna go anyway anytime soon this weekend. So they might win that game. You don't know. So they're very scary. They're a very scary bunch. But the thing is, look, LSU did what they had to do to win the game tonight, 17-3. Let's go ahead and go over the box score. We'll pull that up. 1 second. LSU hitting. We'll go over that. Smith was 1 for let's see 0 for 1. So was 0 for 1. Mathis was 0 for 1 as well. He walked. Duplantis was 3 for 5 tonight, so he had a good night tonight on that thing. Also, Cabrera went 1 for 4. DiGiacomo didn't bat. Bellaso went 0 for 2. Bianco went 0 for 1. Watson went 1 for 2. Reed went 0 for 2. Garza, excuse me, went 2 for 4. Broussard went 3 for 4. Hal Hughes went 0 for 5. And Dugas with 0 for 1. So that is the breakdown on them. LSU pitching. Let's go ahead and look at the LSU pitching staff. Also did pitch tonight. He had 3 strikeouts. He had I don't see the walks on there, so he had 3 strikeouts tonight. He gave up 7 hits. Um, Hilliard had 2 strikeouts. He gave up an earned run. He gave up a hit. Um, his ERA was 0.21. Trent Vittmeyer, and Vittmeyer did strike out as well, batters as well. Costello gave up a hit, but he had, let's see, 11 pitches, 7 for strikes. And Gunter did pitch tonight as well. He had 2 strikeouts in the game. He did not give up a hit or a run. LSU gave up 10 hits, 1 run. That's 1 earned run in the game. So, and they struck out 8 batters. So that was a pretty good performance by the LSU Tigers tonight. Not bad as well. So I'm very happy about this. LSU is now going to be in the winners bracket. They will take on I think Southern Miss tomorrow. So that's going to be we don't know what time that game's going to be. So we'll let you know tomorrow on the sports talk show. So we'll have that. We'll have the lineups tomorrow and all that if they're playing. So we're probably going to be playing. I think either night or maybe in maybe I think it's going to be night. So that's the analysis on LSU. Once again, LSU wins 17-3 over Stony Brook. Winners bracket for LSU. They will take on Southern Miss tomorrow. We'll go ahead and recap the Southern Miss game. So let me go ahead and look that up for Southern Miss. Let's go get the Southern Baton Rouge bracket again. Okay, Southern Miss wins 15-3 over the Arizona State Sun Devils. Let's go ahead and give you a recap on that game. Let's go ahead to southernmissbaseball.com. That's the website at Blocker Detected. We're not worried about that. We'll close that out. Okay, let's begin with scoring by inning. Let's begin in the top of the 5th. Southern Miss scored 12 runs in the top of the 5th. They also scored 3 runs in the top of the 8th. Arizona State scored 1 run in the bottom of the 4th. Also in the bottom of the 6th. They also scored in the bottom of the 9th to lose 15-3 to Mississippi State. So LSU will take on Mississippi State. Stony Brook will take on Arizona State tomorrow. So that's going to be the probably the early game in the Baton Rouge Regional. Let's go ahead and give you the let's go look at scoring summary. Scoring summary. Southern Miss did score on in the 5th with home runs, single, advanced to second, wild pitch, single, double, single, single. They hit a home run again, once again in the 5th, and once again in the top of the 8th, they hit a home run to win 15-3. So that's scoring summary. Let's go over the Southern Miss box score. Let's see, Gabe Maltragago had he went 2 for 5. Matthew Guidry was 0 for 4. Will McGillis had 0 for 1. Hunter Slater was 2 for 4. Eric Hold 1 for 1. Matt Wallner was 2 for 4. Hunter LeBlanc 1 for 1. Brian Bowen 1 for 6. Cole Donaldson 0 for 3. Fred Franklin 2 for 5. Danny Lynch 3 for 5. Stomer Cooper 3 for 5 in the game. They left 8 men on base. They struck out 11 times and walked 5 times. Their pitching. Let's go ahead and look at their pitching. for Southern Miss. Had 9 strikeouts and 5 walks in the game. The winning pitcher was Gabe Shepard. He had 4 strikeouts and 3 walks. He gave up 6 hits, 2 runs, and 2 of them was earned. Sean Tweedy had 1 strikeout. J.C. Keys had 4 strikeouts, and Mason Strickland had given up 2 hits, 1 run. One of them was earned, and he gave up a walk in the game. So that, and also your losing pitcher for Arizona State was Alex Morse. He gave up 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. He struck out 7. He gave up 6 hits, 5 runs. Bomb was earned. Blake Basel, I think his name. He gave up 4 hits, 4 runs. 4 of them was earned. Eric Tomlin gave up 1 walk, gave up 3 hits. So I'm gonna tell you, look. So that's once again the Southern Miss Golden Eagles defeated Arizona State in the Baton Rouge Regional 15-3. They will take on LSU again tomorrow in the regional. So that's breakdown on that regional. So let's go ahead and go to another regional breakdown. Let's go to the Nashville Regional. Local team McNeese loses 6-5 to Indiana State. So McNeese score by inning. McNeese did score in the top of the first. They did score 3 runs in the top of the fifth. They did score 1 run in the sixth. Indiana State scored 3 runs in the bottom of the third, 1 run in the fourth, 2 runs in the bottom of the fifth. So that's McNeese's. So they lose. They're in the losers bracket as well in the Nashville Regional. Okay, this is your box score for the McNeese Cowboys. On 37 at bats, they had 12 hits, 5 runs, 5 was earned. They had 11 strikeouts and 1 walk in their game against Indiana State. The losing pitcher for the McNeese Cowboys was Peyton Lamar. He had given up 2 hits, 1 run. One of them was earned, and he walked 1, those strikeouts. Aiden Anderson for McNeese had no strikeouts, no walks. He gave up 10 hits, 4 runs, and 4 of them was earned. Brian King gave up 1 hit, 1 run. One of them was earned. He gave up a walk, but he struck out 1 batter. Will Dion had 3 strikeouts. He gave up a hit. The winning pitcher for Indiana State was Tristan Polly. He had 6 strikeouts, gave up 8 hits, 5 runs, 5 of them was earned. Also Tyler Gretter, I'm trying to say his name, Graueuer. He had 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. He gave up 4 hits. Indiana State struck out 11 batters. McNeese only struck out 4 of them. So that's the breakdown on McNeese and Indiana State. So they will be in the losers bracket. We don't know who they're playing in that regional. So once again, they fall to Indiana State 6-5. Let's go ahead and go to the Starkville Regional. Southern loses 11-6. Let's go ahead and recap that game with Southern and Mississippi State. Let's begin in the Mississippi State scored in the bottom of the first. That was 1 run. They also scored 1 run in the bottom of the third. They also scored in the bottom of the fifth. That would be 4 runs. Also, Mississippi State scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th. Also, they did score 2 in the bottom of the 8th. Southern scored in the top of the innings, top of the third, top of the third, top of the fourth, and top of the 7th. They did score 2 runs. They did have 11 hits in the game. They had 2 errors in the game, so they didn't do too well on those errors, containing those errors. So let's go ahead and look at Southern's box score. Laporta went 2 for 5. Let's see. Johnny Johnson went 1 for 5. Ashani Wheatley went 3 for 5, so he had a pretty good day for the Southern Jaguars. David Hunter went 0 for 4. David Brandon went 0 for 1. Malik Blaze, the former Summit Owl, went 0 for 3, so not a good day for Malik Blaze at all. Bobby Johnson went 1 for 4. Hampton Hudson Hampton went 1 for 4. Colby Taylor went 0 for 2. And Jalen Williams went 3 for 5 for the Southern Jaguars, and also, 3 for 3 for the Southern Jaguars. So, my correction. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the pitcher staff for Southern. The losing pitcher was Wheaton Connor. He had 1 strikeout, 1 walk. He gave up 5 hits. He gave up 5 runs. 3 of them was earned. So he was a losing pitcher. Southern had a little struggle with the pitching today. They gave up 7 walks and only produced 3 strikeouts. Gave up 12 hits, 11 runs, and 9 of them was earned in the game. Winning pitcher was Jared Liebelt. He had 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. I gave up 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 of them was earned. And the save went to Cole Gordon. He had 6 strikeouts and 1 walk for the Mississippi State Bulldogs. He had 1 hit given up in that game. So that's the breakdown of the Southern, and they're in the losers bracket. So whoever they will play tomorrow comes out the winner of the loser of the first game and the loser of the second game will play tomorrow. So that will be tomorrow in the afternoon. Let's go ahead and go over some more regional scores. Okay, Arkansas defeated Central Connecticut 11-5. That's Arkansas winning that game 11-5. And let's go ahead and give you a recap for a second. Arkansas scored 2 runs in the bottom of the second. They did score 1 run in the bottom of the fourth. They scored 3 runs in the bottom of the fifth. They also scored in the bottom of the sixth 3 runs. Also 2 runs in the bottom of the eighth. Central Connecticut did score 1 in the fourth, 1 in the sixth, 3 in the eighth, and that's it. So that's it right there. We'll show you the box scores on the screen. This is Central Connecticut's box score. They left 4 men on base. Also, Arkansas left 4 men on base. Most of them had hits and home runs in the game. So that's Arkansas. Arkansas will play in the winners bracket as well. So that's from Central Connecticut University. Okay, the 2 pitching staffs. Let's go ahead and recap the 2 pitching staffs' performances. Arkansas had 9 innings. They had 5 hits given up, 5 runs, 4 of them was earned. They had 7 strikeouts and 1 walk. Their winning pitcher was Nolan Connor. He had 2 strikeouts in the game. Their losing pitcher was Brandon Fox for Central Connecticut. He had 1 strikeout and 2 walks. Gave up 7 hits, 6 runs, and 6 was earned. So that was in the regional in the so this is your scoring summary right here. Breakdown what Arkansas did. Arkansas um, um, did hit a home run in the game, so so I'm gonna say these regionals. I'm looking at these regionals right now. I'm gonna say this. This is gonna be some good regionals. I mean, there are gonna be some teams coming out of these regionals. So that's the Central Connecticut and Arkansas recap. So we'll go ahead and look at North Carolina and UNC Wilmington. They did win 7-6. We'll go ahead and look at their box score as well from GoHeels.com. This is we'll go ahead and give you a recap on them. We had about 8 minutes in this broadcast. Okay, North Carolina did score in the bottom of the first, bottom of the second. They did score in the bottom of the seventh, and also in the bottom of the ninth. UMC Wilmington did score in the top of the fourth, top of the sixth, and top of the ninth to get the win. They had 2 errors. Um, um, North Carolina Wilmington had 1 error. So these are your scoring summaries, and we'll show you the box scores. North Carolina on 37 at bats, garnered 6 runs, 11 hits, and 6 RBIs. They struck out 9 times and walked 3 times in the game. The main hitter was Chris Thornburn. He was 3 for 5 in the game, and so that was their main hitter in the game today. Also for that's for North Carolina Wilmington. Also for North Carolina, the main hitter was let's see, trying to see where their main hitter was for North Carolina. On North Carolina side, they had 10 walks, 7 strikeouts, and left 8 men on base. That was on 32 at bats. The main hitter was trying to see was right here, Ike Freeman. He went 2 for 3 in the game. Okay, on the pitching side, let's go ahead and look at the pitchers. North Carolina pitchers had given up 10 walks and 7 strikeouts. So they had a little North Carolina Wilmington. That's that team right there. They gave up 10 walks and 7 strikeouts. So their pitching was very sloppy today. So wasn't a good day for that team. North Carolina had 9 strikeouts and 3 walks. They gave up 11 hits, 6 runs, and 5 of them was earned. Their winning pitcher was let's see, Austin Love. He had 4 strikeouts and 1 walk. You save. There's nobody didn't get a save for the North Carolina Tar Heels, so they will be in the winners bracket in the North Carolina Regional. Once again, North Carolina wins 7-6 over UMC Wilmington. They will be in the winners bracket tomorrow. Let's go ahead and see what else we need to recap. Okay, what other game we need to recap today? Okay, let's go ahead and recap Stanford and Sacramento State. This is from GoStanford.com. This is the Stanford Cardinals webpage. We'll go ahead and recap their scoring. Stanford did score in the bottom of the third. They did score in the bottom of the fourth. They did score in the bottom of the sixth. They scored in the bottom of the 7th inning, and they also scored in the bottom of the 8th inning to get the 11-0 shutout. Their winning pitcher was Brandon Beck. He went 5-3. Scott Randall was the losing pitcher. So this is the box score we're showing you for Stanford. Stanford had 6 men left on base. They struck out 9 times and walked 3 times. They had 11 hits, 13 runs, and 13 RBIs in that game against Sacramento State. and they couldn't hit the ball. So Sacramento State just only had hit 4 hits in the game, so they left 6 men on base. So your winning pitcher in the we'll look at him right there. We're showing you their winning pitcher. That's um, Brandon Beck. He had 5 strikeouts and 3 walks. No save for Stanford. Your losing pitcher was Scott Randall. He gave up 7 hits, 5 runs. 2 of them was earned. Gave up 2 walks and 1 strikeout. They had 9 strikeouts and 3 walks for Sacramento State. They had 1 hit by pitch. So that's the analysis on Stanford and Sacramento State. Let's go ahead and give you another. Let's go to Duke and okay. Duke wins 8-5 over Texas A&M. Duke did score in the top of the fourth. They did score 4 runs in the top of the eighth. Texas A&M scored 1 in the bottom of the fifth, and 1 in the bottom of the 4 in the bottom of the ninth to get the 8-5 win. Gross was the winner. He's 7-4. So we'll show you Duke's box score. So that's Duke's box score, and then Texas A&M's box score. And the pitchers, winning pitcher was John Dolkin. I'm trying to say his name. He's losing pitcher. He is 7-4. Ben Gross was the winner. He's also 7-4. Texas A&M had 11 strikeouts, and Duke had only 5 strikeouts in the game against the Duke Blue Devils. So that's the box score on recap on Texas A&M and Duke. Okay, what last but not least is Army and we'll go ahead and show you Army and Texas Tech. Texas Tech wins 11-2 in the game. We're showing you the box score on here. Their winning pitcher was Mitch Dallas. He's 5-0. We'll go ahead and look at his numbers in just a few seconds. Okay, we'll show you Army's box score. Not a good performance by Army. Texas Tech hit the ball pretty well against them. They had 7 walks in the game, so they had their walk to strikeout ratio go up. So that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and look at the Duke, Texas Tech and Army pitching box score. 9 strikeouts and 3 walks for Texas Tech. 7 walks and 5 strikeouts for the Army Black Knights. So that's winning pitcher was Mitch Dallas. He had 7 strikeouts and 1 walk. He gave up 3 hits, 1 run, and none of them was earned. So that's the analysis on him. And no saves for the no save opportunities for either pitchers. So that's the analysis on that. So that's okay. Here's we're gonna wrap this up. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Okay, this concludes tonight's Sports and NO Sports Video Recap Show. We'll most likely have a live stream maybe tomorrow. We just did a recording, so we'll have this up loaded to Restream, so you'll be able to get the replays of it. So you'll hear the replays again on the Restream server. So via Facebook, Periscope, and Twitch. Everybody have a good and safe evening. We'll be back tomorrow with the regular show.